I don't know if you know anything about me. I've led a terrible life.
Artie Lange has a rare comedic gift.
It's within him. It's his X factor. It's who he is.
That's Artie?
Hey, there's Artie.
Hey, Artie. Hey, man. What'd you get fired for?
Artie has such loyal fans. I can't tweet about the show without 10,000 people, 10,000 being like, where's Artie? More Artie.
Here's one. This ruins your day. 3, snaps your neck. 1 ruined day. 3, snap neck.
His raw talent matched only by his wild exploits.
The critic in my hometown paper said this about me. Artie Lange has all the charm of a date rapist. I'm the only guy who ever got fat on cocaine. Some people think jail is not a deterrent. Oh my God, I've been there. It's a massive deterrent.
And the comedic act to match.
I play a scumbag on TV, and I'm a scumbag in real life.
As a comedian, you fantasize and idealize the notion, if I'm messed up, I'm a little better.
I think he was enabled by the Hollywood system.
I wouldn't wish Hollywood on my worst enemy.
By the way, that was Aries Spears. I don't know if they're going to give a caption at some point. I guess I did see this, but he's now actually going through his own little controversy. So I wonder if they're going to edit him out of this episode pretty soon.
Well, this is the controversy, and Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears basically had a 7 and 9-year-old. They paid him $100 to participate in a comedy skit that was titled "Through the Eyes of a Pedophile." And they were having the kids mimic oral sex and do kind of really terrible things. When I don't know if it ever aired, I'm not sure. But I do know that the parents have tried in the past to get money from this. So I'm not entirely sure all the ins and outs or the or why they're now deciding to go after this, because these kids are now adults.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I do know it's in poor taste. But a lot of things were in poor taste. I'm not saying that it's a good idea, and I'm not saying that this was great, but you know, Hollywood has seen a lot of seedy things, and for me, you know, this is bad, but it's not the worst I've ever heard.
Yeah, maybe there's a longer list of people to go after first, and then you can make your way down if you decide you're going to, you know.
And because of Tiffany Haddish's name notoriety and her star power is kind of higher right now, most people seem to be focusing on her versus him.
Yeah. And incidentally, anybody who doesn't know the series, they do like a lot of I can't remember what show it was.
Funnier
Hard
Die
Copy or something. Funny. They used to do these reenactments like within the thing to show that they had actors act out the while they're being narrated. You see visuals of what they're talking about, even though it doesn't involve the actual people involved.
Yeah, that happens a lot in the true crime stuff, like on the ID channel, HLN, stuff like that.
Right. So that's a creative choice you guys can agree or disagree with. But either way, just so you know, there's a lot of that. So if you're not a fan of that, don't watch any of these fucking shows.
But what happens when one comic's trauma
I'm dealing with a lot of guilt. A lot of guilt.
is mined for comedy gold?
For the first time ever, see Artie uncensored and raw, as drunk as any human has ever been in the history of drinking.
Oh.
His regular drug dealer said, why don't you do heroin? It's actually better for your liver.
When I'm blacked out, it's the happiest time of my life.
I think he's a cat, and he has 9 lives. And hopefully he's not close to number 9.
If you get it close, you can hear the breathing. Not too close. There it is.
I'm so glad that they put this in.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was wondering, because I haven't seen this, guys. By the way, this is my first time going through this. So I'm watching it in real time with all of you if you haven't seen it. I was wondering if they were going to put this clip in, because I think a lot of people have protected Stern and his culpability with Artie. Not saying that it's not a drug addict's choice to do drugs or get messed up, but just how much they promoted the train wreck lifestyle and, you know, monetized it for themselves and for the show and for the draw of the audience. To the more fucked up, the more outrageous, the more clicks and people subscribe to Howard TV, the more they got an audience from the live shows, and it was incentivized.
Yeah, I think they obviously went to the Stern compound and asked if anybody wanted to be part of it. Of course, they all were probably told no, or they should have known no, because Howard's gonna get pissed off at them. So they got Goodstein and Tim Sabian. They were the two. Thank God they didn't go for like Grillo or some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like people that had nothing to do with Artie whatsoever. And and so they tapped a lot of the Mad TV crew. Not everybody participated, but yeah, they don't pull any punches in terms of the culpability. I think they toe the line, but they kind of illustrate enough in the show, as you guys will see. And that era, you're right, that from 2005 onwards, I'd say 2006 onwards, he was a cash cow in terms of not just the show, but the Killers of Comedy, all those, the traveling comedy shows, his books. Every time he released a book, it was more like promotion for the Stern Show. It was nuts.
He was such a draw that all of the other side comics or writers or personalities on the show, leached off of that and got their own side gigs from it and going because Artie was really generous with his time and really wanted to help people because Howard wasn't.
Yep.
Yeah.
I could.
When? Just put Artie in rehab.
Yeah. You deserve a better life. You deserve a sober life.
Artie, no!
Go,
Artie!
Go!
Artie!
Go! Go! Now! Close the door! Jesus Christ, you people are crazy!
Broke my heart, man. Broke my heart.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to be entertained.
Getting the laugh is the greatest addiction.
They want more of it. They want more of it.
She was getting death threats.
It's your head. Out of his skull.
That's what took her down.
This is a crazy story.